Is everyone right?
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for coming. For those who don't know, my name's Brendan Smith. I'm one of the detective inspectors attached to Taskforce Maxima. Yesterday at about 8 o'clock in the morning, we had a gentleman that was on a recreational ride around Hope Island when he was involved in an incident with a white van. This white van has basically forced him off the road. He's had to take some evasive action, and as part of that he's had to push against that white van to avoid being run over. The driver of the van has then stopped and came back and just started to assault him, knocked him to the ground and continued to assault him. Subsequent investigations have identified the offender to be a member of the Finks motorcycle criminal gang, and he's currently before the Southport court today. The gentleman involved, he received some injuries. He received lacerations to his ear, the side of his face, bruising and stiffness to the neck. He's required to get 4 stitches in those wounds. So it's quite a serious assault. It clearly demonstrates the reason Taskforce Maxima exists, to target those people involved in criminal activities, gangs that are causing issues for the public in general. It's a continuation of the same sort of behaviour we've seen at Broadbeach, we've seen at Robina Shopping Centre, that we saw at the fight there at Royal Pines. It's activity from criminal gangs that need to be stopped.
Was the man armed with anything?
No.
That was just a punch to the head?
Yes, multiple punches to the head.
The man that has been charged, does he hold a role within the Finks?
No, he's just an ordinary member, for want of a better term.
Where was he picked up and who did that involve?
He was picked up on the Gold Coast. We negotiated with his defence and he surrendered himself to the Southport Police Station last night.
How's the victim?
Oh, he's obviously shaken up. It's not something you expect. I'm sure we all see cyclists every day, and to think that you not only have you got the risk of being run over, but to be physically assaulted by a criminal, something that no one should have to put up with.
Were they known to each other, the two men?
No.
Does the victim have any links to any other outlaw motorcycle?
No, he's just a normal citizen going for a recreational ride, like you see every Sunday yourself. You see everyone riding around, and he's just been assaulted for no reason.
Is there anyone else in the van?
No.
Why have you taken the step of releasing the picture? That's not something that ordinarily happens.
I think it's important that the public see the type of people we're dealing with. They're attacking innocent members of the public for no reason. It's important that people see that these aren't fun-loving motorcycles, and see that these are criminals and we treat them as such.
Do you think this kind of incident adds more to the whole bikie crackdown and the harshness of the laws that are in place now?
I think it's a perfect example of why we needed the law, so we can take the steps that we are.
So you say he attacked him for no reason at all, so there were no aggravating circumstances at all?
No, and there was 3 or 4 independent witnesses who witnessed it all, and they support the complainant's version of events.
Just what with the new laws assisted you in this investigation?
I think it's important that the new laws have focused the community and the service against the activities of criminal motorcycle gangs, and that's why we're targeting these people as strongly as what we are.
Because this does involve a member of an outlaw motorcycle gang, does the victim need any further protection?
Not at this point. I mean, that's something we assess on every matter, not just criminal motorcycle gangs, but any matter that involves violence. We look at the safety of the complainant and we take steps to make sure that they feel safe.
You said there were 4 or 5 independent witnesses. Did any of them try to help? Or?
They all came rushing over and made attempts to break it up, and obviously they took photos themselves of the offending van, and that to assist police with our inquiries. So it was great to see the community get involved.
Great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Did the alleged offender drive off as soon as it happened?
Yes, he did. Once the witnesses came over and rendered assistance, he's then left the scene, and we've made investigations to track him down.
Is this matter before the courts at Niland?
Yes, it is. It's before the Southport court this afternoon.
Can you say whether the accused has any criminal history?
I don't know.
And he's a member of the Gold Coast chapter?
Yes.
question.
Can you tell us a little bit about the victim? Is he a father? Without giving away too much, but
I don't know. I just know he's a 43-year-old man that lives on the Gold Coast. He was on holidays, so he was out going for a ride on his bike, and obviously rides a fair bit because he's had all the gear, Lycra and all that sort of thing. So.
There is an increasing backlash on social media from people who don't really understand these laws. Are police feeling that when they're going out and dealing with these?
Just can I speak on that? Just in relation to that matter, what we're seeing is the community are becoming more and more involved in these matters. This is a clear-cut case where 3 members of the community have come to the assistance of this victim. We've seen an increase in calls to Crime Stoppers. We've seen an increase in calls to not only Taskforce Maxima, but our regional colleagues in relation to criminal motorcycle gang activity.
Will it be alleged that he was wearing his colours?
No.
I know you probably can't say, but had he been arrested in the past month or two since the laws came in?
I can say that he's on bail for other matters.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you.